Did you see the Terrence Howard thing where he talked about how the man's like kind of center of structural integrity is his butthole? And he claims P. Diddy was trying to compromise him and make him like fluid. Said once you compromise your center of integrity, which is your butthole, you become fluid and like nothing. You get all fucked up.
What, center of not physical integrity.
Oh,
just
dude,
actual,
your manhood.
Actual integrity.
Yeah, he's a mathematician. So he was saying
yeah.
like the geometry, like the underpinning of your structural manhood is your
physical.
Butthole. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But it's mental too.
Like the center of gravity, he thinks is your butthole.
It's your butthole. And once you...
Which, by the way, I can't prove him wrong.
There's something to it, man.
Sounds like he's right again.
He was saying... It's Terrence Howard, mathematician.
Hustle and Flow.
Oh, boy.
The Hustle and Flow guy that's now a super genius.
Okay.
He claims Diddy went for his beehole. Under like the thing of like lessons. He was giving him like, acting lessons. He said Diddy was just like looking at him wrong. He's like, this guy's trying to fuck my ass. Take away the geometry of my manhood. So, what do you think about that?
Nightmare story to have to listen to. Saying to you.
You don't think he went for Terrence Howard's butthole?
But it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like Terrence Howard thinks that he wanted to.
Yeah,
he might have.
But if there's anybody out there that might have wanted to, I would say Diddy's a prime suspect.
I can't follow what's going on because it sounds
There's a
like
lot of people saying he tried to fuck him in the ass.
Yeah.
What do you think? Free Diddy?
There's a lot of rumors going around that Diddy's trying to destroy men's structural integrity.
I understand those rumors. It sounded like the way that the story was being told was that Terrence Howard
assumed it.
Right, assumed it.
Yeah.
Well, he had like a assistant he was like, "What's up with him?" He's like, "Oh, Diddy's trying to fuck you." So his assistant was the one who told him, like, "Yo, this is what."
What's that guy's name? Mr. Bentley, or what was that guy's name?
It just gets more complicated.
Farnsworth Bentley. It's like, my boss is trying to fuck your ass. Get the fuck out of here. Run. Go now.
That's a fair point, though. Maybe he wasn't trying to fuck his ass. Do you think if someone gets their ass, fucked, it does compromise like their manhood from to where it like affects your posture and shit? Like you move differently after that.
Do I think that? No.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Do you have any proof?
I have a counter argument.
Yeah.
Gay guys walk different.
It's true.
I think it actually helps your structural integrity. The posture goes way up.
Yeah.
Once you get fucked,
it's true. Sure, you just you start wearing that sweater vest differently.
Yeah.
It starts looking way different on you. We had a thing in grade school that did you ever have it with like kids where it's like, yo, a lady's walking, like if a lady walked a certain way, like she had sex before.
Yeah.
We would just do it with all the moms, but yo, like all the moms that come to special lunch, like yo, she definitely had sex before. Yeah, if you walk with your feet a little bit more apart, that's how you could tell a girl had sex.
Once again, these are tough to refute.
I kind of hold to it.
Yeah.
If I see a woman
base.
go, anywhere near shoulder width apart, I'm going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? What do you think? Yeah.
Slut.
Your mom's here to help with pizza lunch. Like, yo, your mom got fucked, dude.
Speaking of sluts, how about the space sluts?
Dude. How did I not know about that?
I don't know. I think I saw it this morning, and it's been bothering me.
Yeah, it's
affected me a lot.
Also, Bezos, for all of that work, he just looks like a trash man. He has like the body of like a Philadelphia trash man. He's on like billions of dollars of TRT and gene therapy
just to become a WAP. He's transformed. He's fully just a guy at Wawa.
I know.
That's all he is. That might have been the biggest attempt to get rid of your wife ever.
Yeah.
Just being like, I built a spaceship. I'm going to launch you up there.
Yeah, man.
With Gail King.
Yeah, and it's fucked up because he'd have another wife pretty fast. If he blew his wife up in outer space.
Yeah, he'd have a wife before the rubble hit Earth.
Yeah, sending your wife in outer space is crazy. But yeah, dude, I don't know. He needs to tighten up his program.
He was probably bummed out when he saw that thing landing.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was almost out of that one.
It's also annoying because then that hits like girl consciousness. Like, man, I want to go to outer space. You're like, dude, you'll never go to fucking
Jeff took his wife to outer space.
She had a lunch with him. Yeah, I don't like this thing of sending ladies to space at all. It's also not historic. It's not like a historical. It's not.
You did say that.
Yeah, they sent a fucking chimp. The Russians sent chimps to space. Sorry, ladies, you guys missed the fucking boat.
What was that dog's name?
It was like an L.
Fuck, I know that dog.
Starts with an L. The Russian dog.
What's that dog's name?
The dog that went to space?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Leica.
Space bug?
Leica.
Space dog.
The doll with the space
Yeah.
on it.
It's also sad that they went to space and just did like Instagram.
Yeah.
They're just in there going like,
Katy Perry's standing in front of a camera instead of looking out at the universe.
Yeah.
She's like, it's not about me. And then she's up in space, literally staring directly into a camera.
I know. Especially once you say it's not about me, like for the 5th time, it's like, all right, it might actually be all about you.
Dude, her singing up there.
Yeah,
she got up there and sang
What a Wonderful
World.
Yeah, it's
Good. That's what we need.
although what kind is that like? Is that trending on Twitter right now?
That song?
Yeah, no, I'm saying just like going to space. The fact that they went to space is like,
Yeah, I think it was pretty.
it's pretty
popular.
big.
Yeah, and I
Pretty
think
huge.
people are more just they have our opinion about it.
Yeah, that
But
stunk.
they're like, that stinks. That sucked that we did that.
Yeah, and it also, it's just to be like, we're going to go to space just to like, for a movement for women to take up more space. It's like, dude, did you ever live with a woman? They're doing all right.
Yeah,
terms
that
of occupying-
space is instantly theirs.
Yeah, they're taking up space already.
It's like living with Lemaire. He goes, oh, the office is my room now. You go,
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's just not even a cause. It's not a real cause. It's like, this is for women to take up more space. Like, what do you mean by that? And it'd be like, I don't know, man. Why you ask me? What do you think about that? Do you think they need to be more confined? Do you think they should
be confined or occupy more space?
I don't like. I don't
Come
like.
on, you can do it.
Occupy more space.
Yeah.
in what regard?
What was I confined?
True. Tires, June 5th.
True what?
Tires, June 5th.
Oh yeah, tires. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Women need to occupy more space.
Of course they do.
Tires. Watch tires.
They should be. They should if they choose. If they want to. Of course. You know, nobody wants
If
to
they want to
confine
take up more space.
Yeah.
You don't want to confine them?
No.
You don't ever want to confine your woman?
them. No.
What are your thoughts on foot training?
It was a what?
Foot training.
Foot training?
Yeah.
What's that? I
Like
don't
binding their feet.
I don't support forcible foot training. If somebody wants to foot train,
Yeah.
sure.
Their daughter.
No.
What if your 2-year-old said, I want to foot train? Would you say yes?
No.
Why?
So you're against trans? What if your public school teacher came and told you
I would
your daughter wants to foot train?
I would say let's just wrap the foot gently. You know, like wearing a
Trick
cape.
them. You want to trick the kids?
Yeah.
Did you see that soft white underbelly where the guy lost? Like he had a son, and his wife was like, "Our son's a daughter." And he's like, "No, it's not." And then she divorced him, and then the school was like, "Yo, it's on."
Schools are going,
Bro, they need to
Schools are so
chill,
bald.
dude. They need to chill. I don't understand like the hype up on it. If I'm a teacher and I'm like trying to like just get them to pay attention to geography, the last thing I need on my plate is like, what are we doing? Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, but there could be a deeper, like, you're trying to get them to pay attention to geography and they are acting up every day,
True.
and you go, okay.
Yeah, and the girls are all
I'm
being
about
so
to
good.
Fuck your shit up.
It's just a class. I think they're just being lazy because girls are easier in school. Like if you're a boy, school sucks. If you're a girl, you're like, I actually like it. I have all my pencils organized, so I could. If I was a teacher, I'd be like, we need more of these girls.
That's very true. They tried Adderall for years, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it.
Now the team from the beginning, man. Yeah. Show up. I talked to you. I forgot about that. We talked on the way over.
Yes.
On the way over, I was telling you about Soplar, and there was the other technique where like if you encounter if you encounter an entity, you can either go like push it away, or that's Soplar. And there's another, I forget the name of it, dude. Torping.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I remember that.
So if Soplar doesn't work, this is like the YouTubes I had watched before.
Now Matt's talking about taking a 5-gram mushroom journey.
So while you're out of your body in the astral plane, or wherever I was watching videos
You
to prepare for
were
it.
right here in this house. Hi.
Oh, boy, dude.
You're in your own brain.
Dude.
Yes.
You
Go ahead.
That's a very
No, I've been
materialist
there.
perspective.
I've been there.
That's a very materialist perspective.
No,
if I was at that
I've been there.
brunch with you, I would have easily, I just would have calmed the entire situation.
I had a nice brunch. I had a nice calm brunch.
Does not sound like
If she walked by, I said, I'd like to kill you. Very calmly.
I was
Very
gone.
calmly.
My body was here. I'd feel my body every now and again. But on the way over, I was telling you about Soplar and torping. And torping, if Soplar doesn't work, if the entities come around you and you go, you might, that's kind of like a gut punch. They'll be like, ugh. But you might also attract the attention of larger entities. That thing's a part of a hierarchy.
Higher part.
Exactly.
So you think just
I'll get to my beliefs.
not being a jerk.
No, absolutely.
So there's a different dimension, and
Level
there
of
are
consciousness,
entities that are like
very possibly, yes.
possibly entities that are like monsters.
Here's the thing. I believe in God now, totally.
Okay.
So I'm not really worried about that kind of stuff because
Okay.
I can just always call upon the one true creator.
Okay.
No big deal.
So you
But
call on them.
there's people out there who do deal with them. I mean, I might come across them. I haven't stopped my travels yet,
Yeah.
but it's like the technique this guy came up
This is
with.
what I feared the most.
Oh
about
yeah,
this journey.
oh yeah,
Fuck,
dude. Oh,
dude.
100% believe in God. No,
Damn it.
not even. There's no people can say, oh, that's. It's like, hey, you
No,
know,
I didn't fear that you would believe in God.
what?
I feared that you would be like, I haven't stopped my travels yet.
I
like
haven't
that.
stopped him, dude.
I know.
I have not stopped, but
All right.
I think I'm gonna do like every 5-year schedule. I believe with some little treats in between, obviously, some changa.
You can get high as shit occasionally too.
Chang, I'm gonna. I mean, the weed deep dives are probably on a whole new level now.
So you think not you think, I'm not,
Sure.
but I like to imagine a dimension where there's just monsters, like demons, like,
well, it's an
fucking
it's an
around.
immaterial.
and then all of a
dimension.
sudden they're like, oh shit, somebody's high as hell right now. We gotta go spook them.
No. It's
And then you're
your,
like, like, yo, this guy.
I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. I don't totally dismiss it.
Mm.
It might just all be in our heads. That's on the table. But dude, if you witness what I witnessed, bro.
I just got very, very high myself.
But you have to set the intention, dude. I mean,
Okay.
look.
I figured you did it better than me.
No, don't start that.
I figured you knew how to do it better.
start that.
No,
Don't start that.
I didn't start that. You're right.
I know what you're doing here.
No, I started it. I'm sorry. I started that for sure. I was the one who started that.
No, I'm telling you, everyone can have different experiences. And again, you have to go into it. It all depends on your inherent belief system. I'm not saying you're wrong, but for me, a belief system is something you choose that resonates with you, that you get benefits from. So if I were to say, like, you know, I want to think like Sam Harris, I can do that. It just doesn't really make me feel that good. If I go into like entities, God, all that stuff, that pumps me up. It makes me feel good. So that's the one I pick. You know what I'm saying?
Well, of course, that's how that works.
It
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, nobody knows for sure. So it's like, why would I pick one that makes me feel like everything's totally pointless? Not doing that.
Yeah.
God, Soplar, torping. Let's go. Let's
All right.
fucking go, dude.
Yeah.
I would not have been able to withstand that experience without perfect faith, dude. I was on the threshold. I could have been obliterated, and I was just fucking out of my body.
So you have perfect faith.
In the moment I had, compared to everything I had before, in that moment, and dude, I'm a fallible creature, but I was able to fully go.
You are?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, shit.
I'm saying I was able to transcend possibly my greatest fear, and I could have went either way. I mean, you either believe in fear or you believe in God. I chose the path of God. It's that simple, dude. It's one dictates your life or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was at a
I fear
crossroads.
God, dude.
You can. That you should.
I fear God, homie.
So I didn't even get into the whole thing,
I
dude.
fear God,
Dude,
homie.
This is going to sound really weird. You're already kind of freaked out, and I'm just testing the waters.
Yeah.
I was in direct communication. I'm not saying like I was God or anything. I got the full rundown on how that all works and how we're all like part of an organism, basically. That's just like, we can't even comprehend. Dude, it was so terrifying.
Well, tell me, what happened?
So I get out. You and I talk about torping. You obviously make fun of me and belittle me and stuff. And then I get
Yeah.
And then
You obviously talked down to me. Go ahead.
how do I talk down to you?
No, go ahead.
I never talk down to you.
Sure.
When?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh my God, dude. It's so funny. So we get in. It was actually very funny. It actually helped me. I was so nervous. I talked to you. We had a good laugh. And then I go inside and my brother was shamaning me. So I come in, I was in here actually. And I go in and see my brother, and I'm coming up with every excuse not to do this. I'm like, because I had them on me. I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, so much. And so I'm like, I'm gonna eat these. So I'm like, I go up into the room. I'm in the chamber. I'm up in the sanctuary above this. And I'm like up there by myself. And I go downstairs. I'm like, oh, you're going to come up with me while I eat these or what? Like I didn't want to eat them myself. I was that nervous. So I like, he comes up and I just start like, I start just munching. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So I just start chomping them, taking the water. And he was like, yeah, you should have about 40 minutes or so. He's like, take a piss, do what you got to do.
Get ready.
Dude, so they're munched, they're down the hatch. I'm like shitting myself. This was fucking terrifying. Yeah. So actually, once I ate them, I felt kind of calm, but I was like, the clock was ticking. So I go in, I take a piss, I lay in the bed, and dude, this is like just to give you some sort of perspective. Before I left, I was like picking out a shirt. This is like my like thought patterns. Picking out a shirt. I see my green shirt, the one I got down when we were doing stand up down. Where were we? Down south. Down
South
Texas
Carolina?
way. Texas way.
Texas.
So I remember we went to the thrift store.
Yes.
So I was going to wear a green
the Letterman jacket.
Not the Letterman. Yeah, I was going to wear the green thermal shirt I had from there. But I was like, before I went, I was like, I don't know who used to wear this shirt. I don't want to wear like a shirt that maybe this guy was like a fucking like violent criminal. I don't want to bring like some dude's shirt that like did bad shit into this space with me. So I'm like, I won't wear that. When I went to get into bed, I laid on top of the covers because I was like, I don't want to lay under the covers, and if I'm tripping, I like feel trapped under the.
Yeah.
Just neurotic thinking. Like as soon as it kicked in, I started bugging out, doing all this stuff, and all of that kind of like, should I do this? Should I do that? It just got wiped to the point now where it's like the idea of dancing. I was laughing, being like, the idea that I was uncomfortable about that was just the funniest thing in the world to me.
Uncomfortable about dancing?
Yeah. It was just like, that's the craziest shit in the world.
Yeah.
Or being like, I'm going to pick this shirt because like a dead guy might have worn, like all of that stuff. Like, I'm going to stay on top. It was like, get under the blankets, you idiot. And the whole time was like, I'm going to keep the mask on the entire 4 hours. And it was like, dude, if you want to take it up, you fucking weird. Just shit like that.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's that's what I said. You have some very non-neurotic tendencies. So I'm laying there. I thought I had 40 minutes. I talked to my brother for a little bit. And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, dude, like I'm just going to start like close my eyes and breathe and put the mask on. I had Bluetooth. I had a mask with headphones hooked up to my laptop. So I put it on and I start like my playlist is going, close my eyes and I start breathing and I just like, as soon as like, it feels like something kind of showed up because when your eyes are closed, it's really weird to do. Like I'm sitting there and all of a sudden it was just like, okay, like the effects are setting in. And I got like incredibly anxious and was just like, fuck, dude, fuck. Like I was freaking, I like started to kind of freak out. And that was the point I was like, you get all those thoughts like, I knew I shouldn't have done this. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to freak. And it was just like, out of nowhere, I had this thought. It was just like, dude, your body's been dealing with fear before you were even a self. If that makes sense. When you're a baby, you're not a self yet. You're just like a fucking thing.
Sure.
So it's like, you've been processing fear. There's no need for you to try to like mitigate it or be in the way of it. Just completely let it go. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I let that go. And then, I'm still kind of bugging out. I'm this and that, but I feel a little better. And then I'm like breathing, tracking my breath, like following my breath. And I'm like in my head, like, well, I want to make sure like I'm still breathing because it's like starting to kick in. It's like,
yeah.
And I have like, my eyes closed and it's like, just like, it was like the visuals are more like stained glass windowy kind of shit. Like almost like it'd be like a neon kind of like garden. It was weird, but it's very faint. It wasn't super pronounced. And then, so then it was just kind of like, dude, like why are you like keeping track of your breath? It's like, well, I want to make sure I'm still breathing. It's like, dude, your body knows how to, will you stop with this weird fucking shit? Just let it go. And then I fully was like, all right, fine. It was like, look, nothing's going to happen. You're going to be back in one piece. Like you'll be fine. You have to completely give in. So long story short, let go, dude, it's the way I think, like explain it is just like, it's a wave. You just get like carried off to the point where like I would eventually, I'm sure, you've done this, but I would touch my head for a second. Like I would just be like hearing myself like, oh, like making noises and I'd reach up and you'd be like, my head. And you're like, oh, I have a head. Like
it's like when you're in virtual reality.
Yes.
Where you're like in this thing and then you like accidentally touch a counter and you're like, oh shit, I forgot I was in this room.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And I forget, it like kind of went off into like, so the anxiety stuff, I was like examining all the ways fear kind of controls and dictates my life. And it went deeper than I imagined. And it was just like so much shit popping up. And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. That's this, blah, blah, blah. Then I got like a tremendous wave of anxiety. And that's when like the religious stuff kind of started coming in. Because my two intentions were to examine how fear dictates my life and to also start to examine all the spiritual stuff I've been reading about. dude, I went into like this. I can't even explain it, but it was like the whole, like the whole mystic idea that like we are all part of God, and it's like almost like it's like a gigantic organism, and we're just kind of like individual cells within this entire blah blah blah. So I was like in that idea, if that's like the easiest way to explain it, and I got to think the way God thinks, and it was overwhelming, terrifying, and like lonely and just weird. I was like in eternity by myself, but being like, this is what this is, and being like, this fucking sucks, dude. And I just got like, I remember just I kept thinking like, oh my God, all I have to do is just take care of such a little tiny piece of the world, like my life and like, my little fucking web of relationships. And I'm like, I'm such a dickhead. And it just starts running through how I've been just a fucking dickhead, a pussy, letting this dictate. And it was just fucking brutal, dude, of just like, you have so little to deal with. And then like, I would like, I'm in that. I went through the whole Christ message and like, this is what Jesus was trying to tell people. And this is how Jesus's brain worked. And I was just like, oh, this is too much. Fuck, I didn't want to let people kill. It sounds crazy. But dude, like and it's almost indescribable. And then I would get spit out. You would get out, like the wave would be over and I'd be back in the room. And that's when I was like, dude, if you want to get under the blankets, get under the blankets. Like Pop was like immediately I heard Tom come up the stairs and I'm like, Tom, it's like, I think I'm done. I think it's over. And he was like, it's not over, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, how long's it been? He was like, it's been about 45 minutes. And I was just like, or like an hour, whatever it was. And I was just like, okay. And then mask back on. I'm under the blankies, dude. Go into another wave. It's the point where like, I remember like going into like the Jesus stuff, hitting like a Buddha thing where I was kind of like, dude, it was fucking nuts, dude. It was the point where like, I do remember one of the things was like, I had fully like grokked the Christ message. And then there was like Jesus's eye peering like this at me. And it was like, you understand what I was dealing with? And like, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, there's nothing to freak out about. Literally, it's all in your head. It's all bullshit. You're totally fine. And it was like, blah, blah, blah. But if you tell this to people, they'll want to kill you. And I was like, oh, fuck. He's like, but you have the message. I was like, fuck. I was just like, no.
So now you have Christ's message.
I didn't want it, dude. I tried.
Well, all of the saints, they didn't want it, bro.
Dude, but here's the thing.
Jesus didn't want it.
I was aware of the whole dynamic. It was funny because at the time I was going like, oh, this is how people are convinced they're Jesus. And I was kind of like, that's weird. So I was still able to keep some of my faculties. Yeah. But then I did this whole thing with like the Buddha thing and being like, oh, so that's what Nirvana feels. And all of it felt like scary. It wasn't like, oh, I was blissed out. I'm like, this is overwhelming to think at this level and this depth. I'm like, please send me back to my just like stupid, like one cylinder brain where I can just be nice. Like all I have to do is be good and be nice. So I would keep like being spit back out and it would just be like, I would just lay there like, I can't wait to be so good. I'm going to be so fucking good. I'll be so fucking nice, dude. And I'd be like, Tom. And you'd come up and be like, what time is it? And you'd be like, dude, you still got a while, man. I'd be like, and then I'd go back under. So eventually what happened was I get out of the religious stuff and then I start coming back into like the world. Like I start coming, like realizing where I am. Like I was gone in like heaven stuff. And then I come into, not even heaven, I would say. I was in like deep, like universe, God stuff. And then I go into, so then I start coming to my senses kind of, but I go like, all right, so where am I? And I was like, Earth. And I'm like, right. I'm like, do I have any money? And I was like, what the fuck? We have money? And I went through a whole thing on money where I was just like, how the fuck did we get tricked into that? All this stuff of like, so I got to go around and just keep collecting this stuff? And I'm like, fuck, man. And, it was all this stuff. And then I started getting into countries where I'd be like, wait, what? There's countries? And like, they don't
so
like
you're Antifa. You were like, money's borders suck.
Not at all. I wasn't even, no, because they're just in the mix of all that shit. Mine was more like, let's grow food. And all that stuff's weird. That's all Caesar's realm, bro. It's God, obviously what belongs to Caesar, but dude, so I'm like, I'm breaking it down in Caesar's realm where it's like money, countries, weapons, political factions. And I was just like, and I'm like, I'm remembering what the world is. And that, dude, it was fucking crazy. So then it's another wave. I do a whole wave on like unexpectedly like geopolitics shit. And I was just like, fuck, dude, this is fucked up. And then like, so then my brother comes up again and I'm like, dude, I think I'm good, man. And there's a point where I was like, I'm going to start my own country. And I was like, people are going to kill me because I have the Christ message and I'm going to start my own country. And I was like, I'm definitely getting shot. And I was like bugging out on it. And so then I'm like, my brother comes up and I'm like, dude, like I'm telling him about money and countries. And he's like, just kind of like laughing. And I'm like, I think I'm good for real, dude. Because then I got into a whole thing of like, dude, all your fears are bullshit. Even like you're telling yourself you have to lay on bed because you're on so much mushrooms. That's all bullshit too. Like, get up and go do your thing. You got the message. Go about your day. And I was like, right on. And I got up. So I'm like, let's go outside. And he's like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
So we come in through the studio, and we went out on the deck. So I'm sitting outside, just like, I remember being like, because I was gone from the world. So I'm like, I'm in the city, cars are going by. And I remember just being like, this is a lot of activity, dude. Yeah. There's a lot of people here, and they're all fucking on these like weird hell-bent missions where they'd been kind of like co-opted into chasing this weird material resource. It was kind of a strange thing, but then we locked ourselves out. I shut the door behind me, didn't realize that it locked from the inside. So then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm good. I turned to go back inside, and the door just was like, the knob, the lock were just like, and I like look at it and was just like, and I thought I was hallucinating being outside. So I turned to my brother, and he was frozen in time. So I looked at him,
that's the worst.
and he was just, and I was like, Tom, and he was like, what? And I was like, I thought you froze. And he was just like, dude, you got to go back inside. And I was like, the doors doesn't work. And he was like, what? Did you lock us out? And I was like, I think it does lock from me. And like, he was like, fuck. And it was cold. So I'm outside in the cold, and I'm just sitting out there. And again, it was like, I felt myself start to bug, and my body was like, dude, if you want to bug, dude. But like, that's on you. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bug. And then he's like, Spud's working around the corner. And again, I had just come out of like, we shouldn't have countries. We shouldn't have money. We shouldn't have locks. So in my head, I'm like, fucking hate locks, dude. I'm like, this is why we shouldn't have this shit. So Spud comes.
We shouldn't even have locks.
So Spud comes and lets us in. And I'm just like, this is why you have bros. This is why your bros are the best, dude. You can lock yourself out. Your bros can just I'm like, this is the only thing that matters. Like, I'm going through all that stuff. And then I go back into bed. I'm not even done. So I'm halfway at this point. He's like, I'm like, I think I'm going to lay down. I don't know if I'm ready yet. And he's like, you're not. Go lay down. So I lay down. This is where it got like truly weird. So and this is like, again, this is the reentry. This is like, I'm coming back to the world. I lay down. I remember kind of crossing my legs like this. Like if you peep under here, like a little grapevine.
Yes.
Just, it was comfy. And instantly my brain just shot to like the DNA helix. And I'm like, DNA, tight. And then all of a sudden it started going into like, I had this like, not a memory, but I had this like, and it sounds, I thought this was the most profound thing in the world. I was like, fuck, dude. I used to be a sperm cell. And I was just like, I was in my dad, and there was fucking millions of cells, and I had a whole other life as an organism that I don't even remember. And I was just like, my brothers were in my dad? And I was like, whoa. And then I started thinking about how my dad was in someone else, and they were in someone else, and how like all of us were just emanating from this uninterrupted life force, and we just kind of all like popped up like a, like a blade of grass, or like our whole personality was like wallpaper on this like generic life force that we're all part of. It was pretty nuts, dude. And then I like couldn't tell. I was like burdened with the knowledge that I was a sperm cell, and I didn't think anyone else, like I thought people had pushed it out of their mind. I'm like, I can't bring this back to people and tell them they won't be able to take it. I thought I was like going to like dismantle people's mental well-being by being like, damn, sit down for this, bro. But you were a sperm cell. Like, I thought I thought that we all repressed it and forgot that we were like basically tadpoles at one point, living in another person. And also like, obviously we were living in our mom, and we were also kind of living in our dad, sort of parts of us. And then, it was just like, so I went on that for a while, and then that kind of seeped into like this whole thing, how like I was thinking of everyone I know. And after I'd kind of like strip myself down to being like, dude, you're a fucking pussy about this. You're not, you should be doing better with this person. You should be, just be nicer. Cause a lot of my stuff was like, well, this person would do this to me. And it was just like, fuck you, shut up, stop being a pussy. And then, I was like in this, everyone I knew was like an island, and I was in the water. And then we were like, basically we were just the water, but the island was us popping up as like our personalities, but we were all part of the same thing. And then eventually I came to and thought I broke my brain and that I'd never be the same ever again. My brother was like, nah, you're cool. We're going to go out and get pizza afterwards. I'm like, people like me still? He's like, yeah, they like you, dude. Yeah. I was like, I thought everyone hated me. Like, no, you're fine. Like, I thought I did a bad thing. Like, no, you're fine. So then I like laid there for a while, and I was like, I can't move. And then finally in my head, I was like, Tom. And he didn't come. He went for a walk. He wouldn't come upstairs. So I was like, you have to stand. And that's when I got up and like pushed the door. I had to pee really bad, but I couldn't get out of bed. Yeah. So I went out of bed. I peed, and as soon as I peed, I was like, I'm back in my body, because I was like in my body, but I wasn't working like I thought it would. And then I had another hour of just like chilling downstairs, being like, talking to my brother, being like, how do you fucking function? Because he had done it previously. And I'm like, how do you even live now? And he was like, you'll be fine. And then eventually went for a ride. I got a smoothie, and like that night it kind of wore off and I had a splitting headache.
I was surprised that I forgot you had done it.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I? I think we were doing a sketch.
I texted you. Yeah, you're doing a sketch. I was texting you, obviously. Love you. Sorry for being a fag ass.
Yeah, I liked that. That was very funny.
I just felt like I had been so shitty to everyone.
And then I was
came
like,
back,
oh yeah, I mean that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
It's dude, I relived.
I see why you're
the
bugging
worst
out about
things.
that. I'm like, dude, you're fine. And I was like, I came out of it like, I'm such a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, waking up that day was just like.
I feel like you had it way more difficult. Like if you had
for sure.
set up and it was like dude, my shit was so cool.
Bro, I was fucked up when I started. I had no preparation at all. I wasn't like, this is what I'm doing. This is where I am. I didn't know where I was. It was night number 2 in an unknown place.
Dude,
Yeah,
I like mentally prepared for like 2 months and like researched, read spirituality books and all this stuff that obviously were a humongous help because I was able to kind of like just kind of think of the whole thing through that. If I had just been like spit out and that hit me and I was just like, that happened to me once and I just fucking freaked out. I don't remember any of it, but
I remember a lot of it.
Really?
And I was happy I did it that way.
True.
I was happy I did it without any sense of I had control or like figuring stuff out, you know?
Well, that's
because I had nothing.
That was the thing for me. It was like all your little schemes of like, I'll do this and I do that. It was just like, that's just shit you tell yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Just munch them, bug out. You'll be back in your body. And I had to like get used to my body again, which was weird.
Yeah.
So you
I walked around the house in the morning.
Just getting back in your body?
Maybe, yeah.
You must have eaten like a quarter, dude.
I don't know what I ate.
Judging off what you told me you ate, I think it was like
there was a long period of time where I was totally incapacitated.
Yeah.
I got hit with a mirror. I walked in the bathroom, saw dude, I was telling you this. I looked like a groundhog. Like I saw like my face was like pink and my eyes were huge and I was like, damn, dude, I look like Gus the groundhog from this Lotto commercials, dude. I was like, is this what I look like? And
well, that was
towards the end. That was when I started like
you came back too.
I was like, that's me. Like I was thinking for a while. I was just zero. And then I at one point I went upstairs and got water.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I would sip water and just instantly feel nauseous. Like at one point I was like, I'm gonna throw up, and he was like, you gonna throw up? And I was like, no. And I was like lay there. But yeah, dude, that when I came back too, when I like got back in, because I didn't know like anything about myself, like my phone, I was like, ugh. But I remember thinking like that'd have been so funny if I came back and I was just 400 pounds. I could have came back and like, oh shit, dude! Like I had no idea. I remember just coming. The one thing that made me laugh is like when I was finally like coming back into myself. I remember being like, I have a goatee. Yes, yes, dude, I did it. Dude,
Sweet.
It was funny to like. I remember being like, I have longish sort of hair. Like I was like, I Ray Charles myself. I was just kind of like, okay, it was crazy, dude. But the whole experience is one thing. It's for me, it was the after effects have been awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I had like nothing but neurotic thinking patterns that have like, I forgot. Like, so what happens is like, I'll wake up now and I didn't know, I forgot I used to even do this. I went to pee the other night, woke up to take a piss, pissed. And then like, I had like a flood of racing thoughts about just like complete nonsense. But I remember being like, oh yeah, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and fucking freak out. Like 4 nights a week. I'd wake up and be like, ah! And I was like, that
really?
Like, all the time. I was something I like would happen to me in the middle of the night and I would just put it out of my mind and go back to bed. And I would just be like, oh, what do I got to do tomorrow? And I would just think about like 40 things at once while I'm peeing and like just freak out and go back to bed.
Yeah.
That started to happen. I was just like, fuck, man. And then I started going, dude, I think you fucked yourself. You know, then it starts happening again. And you go, no, I'm good. I went back to bed. But it's like, dude, I like erased just, it was just like there was like a ton of plugins. Like you have like your ego and it's a good thing to have. It's like keeps you from dying and stuff. But like there's like, don't get eaten by a bear. Don't get murdered by your neighbor. They're like good programs to run. And then it's like, there's like a plugin that's like, is your boss mad at me? Is my wife mad? They're the ones that trigger that same limbic system. And it's like, I was running like thousands of plugins unnecessarily that just got pulled off.
Why? What do you think?
I just was anxious and neurotic, dude.
Yeah.
It was just, that's just what happens. It's like if you have an employee and their job is, it's not as important as it's important, but they shouldn't be running the show. They'll invent things to do to keep themselves more relevant and important.
Yeah.
So the ego thrives on problems. So they just constantly invent problems. And that was the thing that bugged me out too. I was like, why are we fucking giving kids math problems, dude? We have enough shit going on. We're fucking just inventing shit. I invent shit. I was in math and they made me fucking just figure out shit that wasn't even fucking real. It was nuts. It was fucked up. Like, we fucking shit's hard enough, dude. You don't gotta just be confusing kids with fucking numbers they don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like, that doesn't exist. Just fucking delete it from the textbook.
Math?
And I was like, it's good to know, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have to do that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I started thinking about
They
like
should be able to tell who's dumb.
Well, I started thinking about that. I'm like,
you're
that's
good.
fucked up, man. They just put that shit on people, dude. The Pythagoreans. I was just a Celtic warrior, obviously.
Yeah.
Pythagoreans were just came there and they're like, do you even know how to count? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about,
Yeah.
dude?
No.
What do you mean? I know how many wives I have. That's what
Yeah,
everyone did.
4?
They were just like 3-year-olds. They were just like, how old are you?
Yeah. They'd have sticks. Put them on the ground. That many.
Like, I've been marking a rock, I think every 4 moons, but give or take. They're like, dude, you fucking suck. You even notice the stars revolve and you're like, stop fucking around, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we own you now. And you're like, fuck. Now your fucking great grandkids have to crack math problems, dude. It's fucked
Yeah.
up. Bullshit, dude.
So you feel like it was good.
Yeah.
And you feel better than you did?
Yeah. But I will say this, there's a caveat because I could see how you could fucking spin out afterwards because it's a big change. And it's one of those things where it's like, I had to come to grips with the fact that I'll probably never be exactly the same. And that's kind of scary.
I think you will.
I don't think so, dude.
I think, at least I did. I think
You can't, so they kind of wore off a little?
after a couple days.
Yeah.
Because the first 2 or 3 days, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, definitely the first day. Like, I went out to lunch and I was out to dinner with my girl and she was like, are you all right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
And that makes you feel worse.
Yeah, for sure.
I was getting that the day of, like, are you sure you're fine? And I'm like, fine. I had a bad headache, dude. I had to
Yeah.
go take a hot bath. And I read Dune. That was my turnaround
Oh,
point.
true.
Read Dune in the bathtub and was just like,
Got
it's
it.
nothing but like mother trained my consciousness. I'm like, fuck yes, dude. I'm back.
Yes.
Back online. I honestly do. They've done studies with this, and apparently this can have lasting personality changes for up to like 18 months. Studying from like, life contentment indexes and all that stuff. And dude, it's like there's the shit that I wiped off. It's like and it's not like I'm not saying like, oh, it's all gone, like everything's perfect. It still pops up, but it's like a thin vapor compared to what before it would be like my reaction was physical, mental. Now it's like a fleeting thought that I'm like, huh, like, like Brittany will be pissed about something. And I used to just be like, like we're on an airplane, one of the motors starts smoking. I'm just fucking, the whole plane starts blowing up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you fucking angry? What the fuck? And it, we just explode rather than just being like, sorry you feel this way.
Yeah.
I'm here. I used to fucking implode. So far, that's not been the case,
That's
so
good.
it's like, it's help, but I'm also, I'll say, I was so neurotic. It's almost like, when you weigh like 500 pounds, you're like, I lost 200 pounds. Like, well, you're still 300 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like mentally 300 pounds from 500. So it's like pretty tight.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny to go on a mushroom journey just to like be able to listen to your wife nag. it's like
it's-
coming out and be like, whoa.
Dude.
And then your wife's like, did you put this away? You're like,
It's the ultimate, dude. It's just
you Neo your wife's nags.
every man in my family, the mission now is the whole family.
Survive the women.
We're going to get the whole family just fucking Celtic warriored up. Dude, we could alter the future of my entire family line.
Yeah.
If all the men of the family had done the heroic dose. And again, if you do it with the blindfold with intention, it's a different experience.
I believe it.
So it's like,
my experience I thought was important.
yeah, dude,
I enjoyed it.
you fucking foresaw your future and avoided
Yeah.
it. Come on,
I died.
Dude. Don't try to strip
Yeah.
away your psychonaut status, dude.
No. I have it. I have
Good.
the status.
You do.
I went in
Don't forget it.
pure Celtic warrior. Pure Celtic warrior.
Yeah, dude.
Actual Celtic
That's how
warrior.
I say it too. Celtic,
None of
not
those
Celtic.
none of this reading.
Yeah, dude. Bart,
Jargon
Boston,
before
Celtics, dude.
none of this
True.
studying. That I was just like, hand me my ale. And I was drinking my ales, and I was like, "Give me these, whatever these are." I'm a true Celtic warrior, Viking. You know, that's
That's
how
true.
I feel.
I'm happy for you, bro. Your tricks don't work on me, dude. My
It's
ego
not a
got
trick.
demoted. I know what you're doing.
My ego is, I'm perfect. I have perfect faith.
That's good.
I'm humble.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, humbly. I fear God.
Good.
Very humble.
Good.
Yes,
That's all you can do. I mean, Jesus had 12 disciples. They're all different, dude. I celebrate all of us.
I do too.
But that's the funny thing too. My favorite thing now is when people tell me they don't believe in God. I'm like, it was like, fuck. And it was cold. So I'm outside in the cold and I'm just sitting out there. And again, it was like, I felt myself start to bug and my body was like, dude, if you want to bug, dude. But like, that's on you. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bug. And then he's like, Spud's working around the corner. And again, I had just come out of like, we shouldn't have countries. We shouldn't have money. We shouldn't have locks. So in my head, I'm like, fucking hate locks, dude. I'm like, this is why we shouldn't have this shit. So Spud comes.
We shouldn't even have locks.
So Spud comes and lets us in. And I'm just like, this is why you have bros. This is why your bros are the best, dude. You can lock yourself out. Your bros can just I'm like, this is the only thing that matters. Like, I'm going through all that stuff. And then I go back into bed. I'm not even done. So I'm halfway at this point. He's like, I'm like, I think I'm going to lay down. I don't know if I'm ready yet. And he's like, you're not. Go lay down. So I lay down. This is where it got like truly weird. So and this is like, again, this is the reentry. This is like, I'm coming back to the world. I lay down. I remember kind of crossing my legs like this. Like if you peep under here, like a little grapevine.
Yes.
Just, it's comfy. And instantly my brain just shot to like the DNA helix. And I'm like, DNA, tight. And then all of a sudden it started going into like, I had this like, not a memory, but I had this like, and it sounds, I thought this was the most profound thing in the world. I was like, fuck, dude. I used to be a sperm cell. And I was just like, I was in my dad and there was fucking millions of cells and I had a whole other life as an organism that I don't even remember. And I was just like, my brothers were in my dad? And I was like, whoa. And then I started thinking about how my dad was in someone else and they were in someone else and how like all of us were just emanating from this uninterrupted life force. And we just kind of all like popped up like a, like a blade of grass, or like our whole personality was like wallpaper on this like generic life force that we're all part of. It was pretty nuts, dude. And then I like couldn't tell. I was like burdened with the knowledge that I was a sperm cell and I didn't think anyone else, like I thought people had pushed it out of their mind. I'm like, I can't bring this back to people and tell them they won't be able to take it. I thought I was like going to like dismantle people's mental well-being by being like, damn, sit down for this, bro. But you were a sperm cell. Like, I thought I thought that we all repressed it and forgot that we were like basically tadpoles at one point, living in another person. And also like, obviously we were living in our mom and we were also kind of living in our dad, sort of parts of us. And then, it was just like, so I went on that for a while and then that kind of seeped into like, this whole thing, how like I was thinking of everyone I know. And after I'd kind of like strip myself down to being like, dude, you're a fucking pussy about this. You're not, you should be doing better with this person. You should be, just be nicer. Cause a lot of my stuff was like, well, this person would do this to me. And it was just like, fuck you, shut up, stop being a pussy. And then, I was like in this, everyone I knew was like an island and I was in the water. And then we were like, basically we were just the water, but the island was us popping up as like our personalities, but we were all part of the same thing. And then eventually I came to. So what happens is like, I'll wake up now and I didn't know, I forgot I used to even do this. I went to pee the other night, woke up to take a piss, pissed. And then like, I had like a flood of racing thoughts about just like complete nonsense. But I remember being like, oh yeah, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and fucking freak out. Like 4 nights a week. I'd wake up and be like, ah! And I was like that, really? Like all the time. I was something I like would happen to me in the middle of the night and I would just put it out of my mind and go back to bed. And I would just be like, oh, what do I got to do tomorrow? And I would just think about like 40 things at once while I'm peeing and like just freak out and go back to bed. Yeah. That started to happen. I was just like, fuck, man. And then I started going, dude, I think you fucked yourself. Then it starts happening again. And you go, no, I'm good. I went back to bed. But it's like, dude, I like erased just, it was just like there was like a ton of plugins. Like you have like your ego and it's a good thing to have. It's like keeps you from dying and stuff. But like there's like, don't get eaten by a bear. Don't get murdered by your neighbor. They're like good programs to run. And then it's like, there's like a plugin that's like, is your boss mad at me? Is my wife mad at? They're the ones that trigger that same limbic system. And it's like, I was running like thousands of plugins unnecessarily that just got pulled off.
Why? What do you think?
I just was anxious and neurotic, dude. Yeah. It was just, that's just what happens. It's like if you have an employee and their job is, it's not as important as, it's important, but they shouldn't be running the show. They'll invent things to do to keep themselves more relevant and important. Yeah. So the ego thrives on problems. So they just constantly invent problems. And that was the thing that bugged me out too. I was like, why are we fucking giving kids math problems, dude? We have enough shit going on. We're fucking just inventing shit. I invent shit. I was in math and they made me fucking just figure out shit that wasn't even fucking real. It was nuts. It was fucked up. Like, fucking shit's hard enough, dude. You don't gotta just be confusing kids with fucking numbers they don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like, that doesn't exist. Just fucking delete it from the textbook.
Math?
And I was like, it's good to know, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have to do that shit.
Yeah.
I started thinking about
They
like
should be able to tell who's dumb.
Well, I started thinking about
Like,
that. I'm
"Ah,
like,
you're
that's
good."
fucked up, man. They just put that shit on people, dude. The Pythagoreans. I was just a Celtic warrior, obviously.
Yeah.
Pythagoreans were just came there and they're like, do you even know how to count? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about,
Yeah.
dude?
No.
What do you mean? I know how many wives I have. That's what
Yeah,
everyone did.
4?
They were just like 3-year-olds. They were just like, how old are you?
Yeah. They'd have sticks. Put them on the ground. That many.
Like, I've been marking a rock, I think every 4 moons, but give or take. They're like, dude, you fucking suck. You even notice the stars revolve and you're like, stop fucking around, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we own you now. And you're like, fuck. Now your fucking great grandkids have to crack math problems, dude. It's fucked
Yeah.
up. Bullshit, dude.
So you feel like it was good
Yeah.
and you feel better than you did?
Yeah. But I will say this, there's a caveat because I could see how you could fucking spin out afterwards because it's a big change. And it's one of those things where it's like, I had to come to grips with the fact that I'll probably never be exactly the same. And that's kind of scary.
I think you will.
I don't think so, dude.
I think, at least I did. I think
You can't, so they kind of wore off a little.
after a couple days,
Yeah.
because the first 2 or 3 days, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like definitely the first day, like I went out to lunch and I was out to dinner with my girl and she was like, are you all right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
and that makes you feel worse.
Yeah, for sure.
I was getting that the day of, like, are you sure you're fine? And I'm like, fine. I had a bad headache, dude. I had to
Yeah.
go take a hot bath. And I read Dune. That was my turnaround.
When I was a young warthog, dude, and I knew they were gay. When I was a young warthog, dude.
Yeah, well, that's
Dream books, gay. You're getting into dreams and astrology, dude. That's
no,
That's
dude.
your realm.
Oh
Man.
man, no. James Hollis talks about this.
James Hollis is a bitch.
That's
dude.
you how fucking
Jimmy
dare you.
Hollis?
Jimmy Hollis is the fucking man, dude. So he basically says that's like that new age stuff.
Yeah.
It's snake
Yeah,
oil.
it's
It
garbage.
just kind of it's
Sure.
like only you can decipher your dreams. So you'd have to.
Damn.
Dude,
See, Smokey the Bear.
yes, dude. Think about this. And this is some real weird shit. But so what I've been trying to figure out about myself is my relationship pattern, right? So it's historically been, I just kind of link up, and this is the weird part.
Talk about with bays.
The bays. I have a subtype that I like get linked into. Where like I've dated, the chick will be attractive. She'll be, as pretty as they come. The fairest chick in all the land, dude.
Fairest.
The fairest in all the
Yes.
land. And it was just
Usually not fair.
well, there have been in the past, but I'm talking about
You had some fair ones?
I had some super fair ones, bro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But they would like fold
How
her
long
out.
ago?
I college.
Damn.
About a decade ago.
Yeah.
I popped in on team like super light skin a couple times in between dating and stuff.
Not great. They're not really that. Yeah.
Yeah. But my thing is, I've gotten a subtype of like, I don't want to say emotionally crippled women, but like high maintenance babes, dude. And that's been that's so far. And it's like, even with a physical attraction, my body somehow.
Let me throw this at your theory.
Go ahead.
All of them are emotionally crippled.
No, dude.
I haven't dated one that wasn't.
I'm talking like.
We all are.
No, but I'm talking ones that need high maintenance. Like
Sure.
Super high maintenance. Almost like and this isn't like a broad stroke across the board.
Broad stroke.
It's a broad stroke, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like a perverse need for caregiving that links up with a perverse need for attention and care receiving.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's the other way, and the girls are more of the caregivers traditionally in a relationship, where they're like, "What's the matter?" And they're like drawn to like these broken fucking warriors, dude.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Instead, my
They
animal
have to
must
dab with like a wet cloth while
Exactly.
you lay shirtless on the bed.
yeah, I've somehow
This is a
inhabited
broken
something,
warrior.
dude. So last night I have a dream. This is fucked up, dude. I'm just watching, dude. Actually, it was there's an initial part of it that's not important. The second part was I was sitting there and there was a guy who was just having sex with a quadruple amputee.
Could someone dub this over the Martin Luther King speech? Yo, last night I had a fucked up dream. It was the first part. No, it was the second part. People in the back, boo.
So some guy was having sex with like a quadruple amputee and just like going to town on it. And there
You
was
love nuggets.
there was three. No, dude.
You've talked nuggets before.
There was
You've
three
talked-
babes in the tall grass, and the one came with a knife and just slid him down the back. And I just sat in the shadows and was like, yes, yes, yes. And then I had it. It was fucked up, dude. And then it morphed into like me on a skag, a lawnmower, 61-inch deck, and I was trying to put it on this fucking trailer. It was this Mexican guy.
That's more like what you should be dreaming about.
That's when I went back to that was, dude. My dreams go all over the place, and then I go back
you
into
should
this.
be dreaming about landscaping.
So I did.
Pretty
my thing here's
exclusively.
this is my second. That's the first part of my dream. My second, or that was really
Wait. So you were landscaping when you witnessed this nugget?
No,
murder?
I was just in the shadows, and then it was just like
Then it
you
cut to a different
cut
dream.
to fade to black, and then I'm on a classic 61-inch deck skag ride behind. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's
Yeah,
like
you said it twice to make sure
so,
to prove that you're an expert on lawnmowers.
0 turn. So I had so I'm riding that onto a trailer, and I'm like, I knew this trailer belonged
Did
to
you
a
hit the
Mexican.
primer on it?
Huh?
Did you hit the primer on it?
You don't gotta ride
Did
it.
your
You
dad
don't-
yell at you and make you bag the front?
You don't. There's no bag for the skag,
All right.
dude. Skag's too
Did
big
you
of
have
a
to
boy.
fight your dad?
No, I
did your
did
dad
not.
say, "Get off the couch and cut the lawn"? God damn it! I said, "I'm going, Dad." No. I fucking hate you.
My dad used to inspect. I used to leave a patch behind the sand mound undone every single time, and I'd be like, maybe he won't notice. And every single time, it would be like 6:30 p.m. on summer. I'd just get out of the shower. I'm like, I'm out of here, and he'd be like, "You didn't do behind the sand mound." I'd be like, "Meh."
All right.
So
you're on
I
the
had
skag.
I had to drive the skag onto a trailer, but the trailer I knew I was like, it was like a single detached home in Philadelphia, like a warehouse setup, and I was like, oh, an old Mexican landscaper lives here. This is in my dream, my thoughts. I was like, this is his trailer.
This is the ancient lad.
It was the ancient lad, dude. So I was like, if I gotta park, I want to park this on. I had to park my lawnmower on this guy's trailer because like apparently that was the only place I could park this. But I was like, if he sees it, he might come out and take
lad
off and
might get you.
incorporate my lawnmower. And it was like, who else? He would definitely want to use this fucking sick ass skag. So I was like, he might take my. So I like deliberated on a lawnmower on a trailer for like 5 minutes in a dream. Like, if I wake up early enough, I'm like, God, but this guy probably wakes up early as fuck. And I was like. And then the next thing I know, I was upstairs in this house, and I invented like a video game system that was just controllers. So there's just 8 controllers, and they project a thing onto a wall, and everyone could just play like an 8-person like Royal Rumble Street Fighter. It's pretty fucking sick. And so that was the end of it. Dude, pretty fucking wild. Then I woke up like, oh,
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty tight.
Damn.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. That's communicating stuff to you all the time.
What was that
Some
communicating? Invent a cool video game?
I don't know. I mean, yeah,
Don't
probably.
get your lawnmower stolen by the lad?
My unbridled creativity, my weird thing of putting weird stuff on other people that I don't really know. The lad was just a shadow lad, and I was just like, he's going to steal my lawnmower.
Yeah.
That came back to
You
me.
didn't even know the
My
lad.
weird thing I haven't figured out yet about my relationships. I'm getting stabbed in the back by all my. I'm the crippled dude. I'm the dude having sex with fucking cripples, bro.
You're the
I
one-
want to put it that way, but you know
You're
what
the
I'm saying.
one. Oh,
On
so
some deep level.
so you're
dude.
saying the
on some.
women you
Please don't
date-
listen to this on surface level. Go deep with this, dude.
So you're saying the women you date are nuggets? They're just armless, legless nuggets that you're just
Dude,
plowing in the grass.
Here's exactly where I'm going to blow
And
your
then
mind.
bays come and
Here's where I'm
stab
going
your
to blow
back?
your mind. it's not that I'm saying, it's not that they are technically, this is how I'm perceiving them. That's
Yeah, I
the
know.
only control I
know you're
have.
perceiving them as the Nuggets.
I'm worried about that I'm a nugget on some level. Like
You're worried that you're a nugget fucker.
On some level, dude. Like I'm seeing the nugget somewhere in all of my bays, dude, and I'm loving it on some deep perverse level.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
that's what keeps me up at night.
Who are the
dude.
bays that stab you in the back? Who are the 3 wise bays?
They were just fucking mysterious bays. I couldn't put a face to them, dude.
What do you think? What do you think that means?
It might have been my fucking, my 3 split animus. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I got to read more, dude.
Holy shit! You need to stop reading, dude. You need to just go outside. Just take a walk.
It is sometimes all my like new reading ideas come to me at once, and I just go like, oh, and I like get like fucking. I just start losing my grip, and I'm like, keep it together, keep it together.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Yeah, it's weirder than you could suppose, dude.
This is one of the first times you've said shit to me where I've been like, all right, maybe slow down. Maybe take a break for a little while. Watch like a Sixers game.
I can't, dude.
Just try, dude. You gotta unplug.
I was talking to Spud the other day, and he was like, wait, he's like, where's the place you work at? He's like, is it in an office? And I was like, yeah, I'm in an office. He's like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's like, what do you do? And I'm like, I just sit there and chill. He's like, I can't imagine you in there.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't be in an office.
Yeah, man. I keep a lot of stuff shut away in the office. Although every now and again I'll actually I fucking crushed our finance department the other day because they're always late with checks. And,
Nice. You guys go down and give them the business.
Well, no, I was like, what are you guys going off the Mayan calendar or something? Like, yeah, I crushed them, dude. There's
over.
no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fucking, I'm like Neeson among the fucking wolves, dude. It's like a sniper coming through. It's not fair, really. But anyway, that's it. That's all. I'm not gonna.
That's all you got?
I'm
What
not gonna
do I say now? I had a fun time at McGooby's Joke House.
You know what's so funny when we did the live cast first of all. We haven't
yeah.
fucking.
We'll cover that in a second. The live cast was exceptional.
I was on stage. I haven't done stand up in so long. When I had to face the fucking crowd, I was like, you were just up there like bang 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 in the beginning, and I was just like, I was fucking at one point, and I was fucking smoking that stupid vape pen. Dude. In the beginning, it took me a second. Thank God you did that story about like fighting the lady in the car.
Yeah.
Because I was just still up there like,
Really?
on some level, I was still doing my thing, but
You
like,
murdered.
nah, dude. When I came at first, there were so many times I was like, thank God Shane's talking, dude. I'm about to freak the fuck out. But yeah, dude, that
man.
was so. I think you definitely stole the live cast, dude,
Nah.
for sure. In a good, very good way. There was times where I stopped and went, "Oh yeah, man, this guy's been doing stand up," and I'm like, I could tell this guy's been on the stage, man, because you were
Thanks, man.
you were bibbing and bopping,
Thanks.
dude. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I felt it.
Stand up this week was great. You know what's been funny about like the subconscious coming out?
Yeah.
It comes out pretty hard on stage.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
With like if I'm comfortable enough to just start talking,
Mm-hmm.
I'll end up saying something pretty fucked up. Like I was up there, I was in Baltimore, and it was going great. And
Sure.
it was with Big J, so the place was packed. And when Magoobies is packed, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking
yeah.
theater is full. And so like middle of my set, I'm just like, well, yeah, my family's fucking falling apart right now. Like in the middle of this, I'm just like, and then everybody's faking on Instagram like their lives don't suck. Everybody here's life sucks. Everybody here's life sucks. Anyway, and then just back to stand up, like just a moment of like, because the last couple of days, have been tough. So it's like, just in one moment, I was just like, yep, life sucks unless you're dumb. Then you're just sitting around like, oh, at least the Ravens won. It's like your life is garbage. These people, like, I could see old people getting upset. Like people started to be like, oh.
Well, that sucks. If you're that old, I'd be so pleased to hear people start talking about
that was
something
another thing that was so funny. That's what I said. There's an old dude in the front. Him and his wife hadn't really been laughing.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, he's mad because I'm not telling him he's old.
Yeah.
I'm up here just discovering that life sucks. He's sitting there like, yeah, dude, obviously.
Distract me,
just
please.
make fun of your dick. Like, obviously life sucks. I've known this for 40 years.
He didn't crack at that.
And then when I got to 69 Your Dad at the end, he was like, oh, and he slapped the
Dude,
table.
he needed
it was
it, dude.
so funny.
God damn.
And then what was really
He probably
great,
called his son and was like, son,
son, you got to hear this.
I gotta tell you this.
So that these two dudes, these two old dudes, stage right, that I kept making fun. Sorry, I can't believe I said stage right.
Dude, sorry, I'm still thinking of that kid like gripping his son's arm on his deathbed and being like,
what would you rather do? Yeah, you gotta hear this fucking thing. These two dudes to the right, these old dudes, and I kept making fun of the one guy looked like my dad.
Yeah.
So when I finally did that, I was like, I'll bring you up here and fucking suck your dick, dude. Like this old dude I was talking about sucking his dick, and then I was like, all right, see you guys, gotta get out of here. And then Jay goes on and he does a lot of crowd work, and it turned out these two old dudes were gay dudes. These two old dudes to the right that were dying during my jokes that I was like, why are you guys so cool for old dudes? And then they were gay. They were both married to women before.
That's fucking awesome,
they had kids.
Dude. God damn.
And then they just got married. These two old dudes got married for the last 2 years. And what was really great.
What were they? What was the build you're talking on them? They were big boys?
They were like Jay's joke before he found out they were gay. He was like, who's running the tow truck company if you guys are here? Like they looked like that.
Damn.
It was crazy.
That's awesome, dude.
And they were old.
God damn, dude. Yo, they probably party with boys, dude.
It was.
You think Kells?
That was one of Jay's first questions, and then he was, and then when they were talking about his marriage, I don't want to. I mean, this is all crowd work, so it's not really ruining his material. He was like, "Did you like after you guys got married? He's like, you guys fuck that night?" He's like, "Did you guys fuck?" And they're like, "Wow, I don't know. I don't want to say." He's like, "Did you put him in the basket of your hover round and carry him through the threshold after your wedding?" Like, the basket of his old scooter. It was so funny. But what was the best part? Dude. The best part was when they were like, "We're gay. We just got married." Because Magoobies is usually split between half white, half black audience. Black tables went nuts.
Did they really?
They were laughing. They thought it was the funniest thing in the world that these were two old gay dudes. It was so funny. Because then it was like you wanted to be like, all right, settle down.
Yeah,
like all of a sudden you're like a teacher, like, all right, calm down in the back, please.
Oh my god.
There's nothing funny about these two guys being in love. And
so they were just like, yo!
Yeah. They're like, what the fuck? Like, it was so funny.
Oh my god, dude. Well, especially like you're talking to them, no one had any idea.
No one knew. I thought I was the one being crazy, being like, get up here, I'll suck your fucking dick right now, dude. And they must have been dying. And they were dying laughing, so everyone else was laughing. Thinking like...
So the fact that came out was
and then they
just
were gay,
like...
and it was like, what?
That's fucking wild. How did that even come up? They're like, no.
Jay was talking to him. He was like, where are your wives?
They're like,
we're married. And it was like, what? What?
Damn.
Two old gay dudes down in B-more.
You think they were just two, they might have been like two married dudes that went out on a double date and saw Chuck and Larry and were like, it's not a bad idea.
Maybe.
But then they fell in love for real.
Then they started fucking.
There was no, what's her name? Who's the hot Jennifer Beal? What was the chick?
Oh, yeah. She was so hot.
Is that Beal?
Chuck and
Am I
Larry.
right?
I don't know if it's Jennifer Beal. I don't think that's Jessica Beal is the name.
Jessica Beal, that's who it was.
But it wasn't her.
It was Beal. It was Beal.
No, it was a blonde chick.
No, it was Beal.
All right.
I know for a fact.
All right.
My boy was real into Jay Beal and was like, oh my God.
Wait, Jessica Beal.
Yeah, she's at one point, she was Justin Timberlake's ex-wife. She gets dressed and you see her butt.
Fat fucking ass.
Fat fucking ass, dude. Yeah, that was, I think, is that still Justin Timberlake's wife?
I don't think.
I know Britney Spears cheated on him and broke his heart.
Yeah, with the kid from MJ.
Heart. Huh?
With the boy dancer from...
That's who Cry Me a River was about?
I believe. This could be up there with the wolf fact I dished out. But I think the one MJ, the hot kid...
Cry me.
Yeah, dude. Which, you know, if Justin Timberlake knew about the kid fucking, that was a real...
Dude, where they just get into these weird ideals and it's like no one gets anything really out of it. No one gets anything that serious out of it, for the most part. And you just kind of show up and it's just like... They say it's idolatry. That's what idolatry is, when it's a false idol. There's no real energy. So I went and saw the author speak with the Spudman not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty sick. And the guy
get to Spudman.
The guy likened it to like a light bulb. He was like, if you just a light bulb itself, if you sat there and were like, thank God for this light bulb, it's the energy inside of the light bulb. And he was saying with religion that energy transfers to other things, and it's all about like finding out where that is for you. You have like your energy center. So if you go against your energy center, when you're younger, you construct a false self to please your like authority figures. And if you never shake that off, you just go towards things that you don't care about your entire life. And that's where like a lot of like depression and anxiety comes from.
Yeah.
And then you get that. And then your doctor's like, here, take these pills and it'll go away. So then you're able to continue your false self and like walk around intoxicated in this life that like you don't really want to be in. So when you get anxiety and depression, that's your body. It's your subconscious being like, dude.
I'm glad I drove here for this. Jesus Christ. Good God. I'm going to be driving back to my shithole family just like...
Yeah, dude, it gets fucking worse, dude. And then the only thing well, this is not the only thing, but what he urges people to do is find your energy centers, which I think I figured out how to find.
Yeah.
So you have to, if you get, again, I'm sorry that all my theories kind of come down to this, but you get really stoned to the point where you're kind of bugging out, and then start doing activities. And whatever you can do.
So I gotta get stoned now?
Yes, you got to get changed.
No.
You know you're on the right path. You know what you got to do. I'm saying for someone who feels like they don't know
What
what
do
they
I
like
have to do? Oh, with
continue your
stand-up?
stuff. Yeah, you got to continue your stuff. But that's why I was like, you just sit down and do the things that you like to do. And if you're bugging out while you're stoned, that paranoid feeling goes away because you're in your energy center.
Okay.
But that's why if you get really high and go to your job, you're just like, oh fuck. But if you really, really like your job and feel comfortable there, you can be stoned at your job. I'm fucking proof, dude.
I don't know, because I love stand-up.
True, fuck. Doing stand-up when you're high is miserable.
And I can't be high.
That's true. Okay, my theory definitely has holes. You sunk my theory.
I'm sorry. I
partially sunk my theory.
I'm sorry.
No, you partially sunk.
I could get
You can find hobbies that way.
Yeah.
Don't get high and find your life's calling.
Well, yeah, because then my life's calling would have to be me being totally alone. If I'm getting stoned as fuck.
Could be a hermit.
I don't think I'm a hermit, dude.
I know you're not. Yeah. No, that's a bad theory. I'm glad you shot that down.
All right. I'm sorry.
But
that was a quick debunk, dude. Took 1 second of critical thought.
Dude, that's how I roll, dude. I'm Alex Mack, dude. I'm a fucking pool of liquid, dude. That's how I am. But that was I'm glad you shot that down. But this guy, who's I guess obviously much more qualified to talk about these things, his whole thing is that, like, so you do go into these, like, false versions of yourself to please other people. When you're, like, when it starts coming down on you, people have these weird crises where they're, like, super depressed, super anxious, and they don't know why. And it's usually if they, like, look at themselves or just living a life they don't want to live.
Yeah.
Which, is basic enough. But he was saying what you have to go on starting off is, like, you got to start, like, being real honest with yourself and really start paying attention to your dreams. Because that's, like, at the end of the day, you have a mechanism inside of yourself that's trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
Through your dreams, which is pretty. So
now we're talking dreams.
Yeah, dude. This is subconscious. This is Jungian stuff.
Dreams are gay,
dude,
bro.
You say that.
My dumb sisters bought fucking dream books. But the country with the most. This is the first thing I saw. Which when I was like, I don't think it's any, and then I googled it, and this stat came up. The country with the most extensive historical records is France, where nearly 7,600 fatal attacks were documented between 12. So the 13th century to 1920.
Wolves like the French.
Wolves love eating French people.
That makes sense.
But 7,600 from medieval times to World War I. And, I mean, those people were fibbing. All right?
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, they're definitely putting up low numbers. So you could definitely, the odds are in your favor if you encounter a wild
Definitely
wolf.
Not zero. Yeah. Which is what I was hinting at.
Well, that's a hot
not even hinting
fact.
at. Just saying
I don't think there's anything that hasn't killed somebody once.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why.
Someone's definitely died as a result of new socks before. Yeah. Like they put on new socks on hardwood floor and we're like, wee, like whap, dead. That's dude. I'm glad you dispelled that. I'm glad you dispelled that on air.
In a half century up to 2002, there were 8 fatal attacks total in Europe and in Russia. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. There's Peter and the Wolf.
Yeah, there's all those facts. There's all those myths, I mean. But, you know what? I don't believe Wikipedia. Wolves have never attacked someone.
True.
Wolves have never killed... all right. I'm talking predatory, unprovoked killing of a
That's what I'm
human.
saying, too, dude. That's what I'm saying.
So, like...
Like, they don't hunt and eat humans.
Ever.
Yeah. Because they know we'd be cooking up. They know we'd be cooking up all that good
Ever.
shit.
That's a strong fact. Okay. Look, I'm standing by it,
dude. So I did Ancestry, and then I did.
And the Australian kid definitely fucked Britney Spears. That's what Crimea River is about.
I'm standing by that, and that's what fucking Trapped in the Closet was based off of. The we did 23andMe and Ancestry.
Yeah.
So I got my 23andMe back, dude. My girlfriend got hers back. Which was funny because she had like 0.2% Chinese in hers. I have I have a little bit of Western Asian, basically Mongolian. Very like trait. They were saying like my ancestors like 10,000 years ago. Basically my thing was like, obviously everyone came from Africa, but like my mom's side was chilling in like North Africa, West Asia. Basically the Tartarians was out in like the people who became like Vikings and shit and the Celts.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know the Gauls are the Celts? I didn't know that. Yeah, the Gauls are the Celts.
Yeah.
So it's like you had those people. So my mom's side was more like North, like way, way long ago was like, and this is like 0.1% of me, North African out to Mongolian, like Western Asia, pretty much.
Western Asia is the Middle East.
Or like, yeah, or like Russia, whatever. Or what, what I'm saying. It wasn't Russia back then, but I'm talking about just the lands. It was close. Siberia, like Eastern Russia is close to Western Asia, sort of. But yeah,
What?
Middle East. What, like the very end of doesn't Russia butt up to the Middle East?
Yeah.
Like Uzbekistan and all that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, so I'm saying mine might have been like Uzbekistan, Mongolian types. You know what I mean?
Mongolia is further east. Mongolia is with like China.
Way near China. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
So I was like you were saying. I was
You're
more
a
like
fucking
Middle East.
Arab.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
you're Middle East.
But yeah, but back then it wasn't. It was that's what apparently the Tartars were. The Tartarians.
I know you're trying to get out of this,
Dude.
dude. You're full Arab.
No, no,
Mujahideen, dude. Mujahideen.
the Tartarians. They live.
Canada, Alaska,
Okay, so you're not that far off.
and those are
base.
3. So I'm talking. That doesn't tell whether the person was wounded or it was a child.
It says wolf attack.
Wolf killing someone. But-
Yeah, I mean,
But the country with the most this is the first thing I saw, which when I was like, I don't think it's any, and then I Googled it and this stat came up. The country with the most extensive historical records is France, where nearly 7,600 fatal attacks were documented between 12 so the 13th century to
so the
1920.
wolves like the French.
Wolves love eating French people.
That makes sense.
But 7,600 from medieval times to World War One, and I mean those people were fibbing. All right,
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, they're definitely putting up low numbers. So you could say definitely the odds are in your favor if you encounter a wild.
definitely
wolf.
not 0.
Yeah.
which is what I was hinting at.
Well, that's a
not
hot
even
fucking
hinting at,
fact.
just
I
saying
don't
it.
think there's anything that hasn't killed somebody once.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
Like
why
someone's definitely
so,
died as a result of new socks before. Or,
Yeah.
like they put on new socks on hardwood floor and we're like, wee, like, whap, dead. That's dude. I'm glad you dispelled that. I'm glad you dispelled that on
in
air.
the half century up to 2002. There were 8 fatal attacks total in Europe and in Russia. Yeah,
Oh yeah, dude. There's Peter and the Wolf.
yeah. There's all
that-
those facts.
yeah,
There's all those
yeah.
myths. I mean, but
Dun, 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 dun.
you know what? I don't believe Wikipedia. Wolves have never attacked someone.
True.
Wolves have never killed. All right, I'm talking predatory, unprovoked killing of a.
That's what I'm saying
human.
too, dude. That's what I'm saying.
So like
Like they don't hunt and eat humans.
ever,
Yeah. Because they know we'd be cooking up. They know we'd be cooking up all that good
ever.
shit,
That's
dude.
a strong fact. Look, I'm standing by it.
Dude. So I did Ancestry, and then I did.
And the Australian kid definitely fucked Britney Spears.
That's-
and that's what Crimea
I'm
River is about.
I'm standing by that, and that's what fucking Trapped in the Closet was based off of. The we did 23andMe and Ancestry,
Yeah.
so I got my 23andMe back. Dude, my girlfriend got hers back, which was funny because she had like it was like 0.2% Chinese in hers. I have like, I mean, I have a little bit of Western Asian,
Yeah.
basically Mongolian. Very like trait. They're saying like my ancestors like 10,000 years ago. Basically, my thing was like, obviously everyone came from Africa, but like my mom's side was chilling in like North Africa, West Asia. Basically, the Tartarians was out in like the people who became like Vikings and shit and the Celts.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know the Gauls are the Celts? I didn't know that. Yeah, the Gauls are the Celts.
Yeah.
So it's like you had those people. So my mom's side was more like North, like way, way long ago was like, and this is like 0.1% of me, North African out to Mongolian, like Western Asia, pretty much.
Western Asia is the Middle East.
Or like, yeah, or like Russia, whatever. Or what, what I'm saying. It wasn't Russia back then, but I'm talking about just the lands. It was close. Siberia, like Eastern Russia is close to Western Asia, sort of. But yeah,
What?
Middle East. What, like the very end of doesn't Russia butt up to the Middle East?
Yeah.
Like Uzbekistan and all that
Yeah.
shit? Yeah, so I'm saying mine might have been like Uzbekistan, Mongolian types. You know what I mean?
Mongolia is further east. Mongolia is with like
Oh,
China.
way near China. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was like you were saying. I was
You're
more
a
like
fucking
Middle East.
Arab.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
you're Middle East.
But yeah, but back then it wasn't. It was that's what apparently the Tartars were. The Tartarians.
I know you're trying to get out of this,
Dude.
dude. You're full Arab.
No,
Mujahideen, dude. Mujahideen.
the Tartarians. They live.